Today we discuss the creepy phenomenon of shadow people. We'll start by talking about how they became so well known and popular thanks to our old friend Art Bell. We'll learn about Harley Reagan and discuss some possibilities as to why people see or think they see these shadowy figures. Finally, we'll close the show by reading some personal experiences people have shared over the years. I'm Mike.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Dave. If you're one of those people who are afraid of their own shadow, stick around. Maybe it's not your own shadow after all. This is Necronomipod.
So was it last year or 2 years ago where we kind of sort of started touching on this subject on Patreon? We did an episode on sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
And I think
Scary.
we just kind of dipped our toes in the water of shadow people and what they might have to do with that. And look at this. They did so well. Now they get their own Sunday show.
Graduated to the big leagues, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really creepy stuff. The sleep paralysis one is creepy. And then this is a whole new element to it.
You yourself had your own sleep paralysis story.
I had a few experiences, maybe true, maybe I was dreaming them, I don't know. But I've never had an experience with shadow people or that person sitting on your chest type feeling and anything like that.
Have you ever seen something out of the corner of your eye that throws you off?
Yes, that happens to me.
That happens to me all the time too. But I also I'm getting really shitty eyes now. Like I have really bad stigmatism. I realized, and so now I just think it's my eyes fucked up too.
But I see it on a regular basis too. Like my office during the day, just to my periphery on the left is the window out back, and I see stuff all the time, and I go, "Oh, it's a fucking bird." Like it's not shadow people. So
If you close your blinds, no problem, pal.
that's good advice. But your mind thinks it's somebody walking by because you're not seeing a whole picture, and that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
But then you look, there's nothing there, and there's a bird flying away.
Right. And it's much creepier when it happens like in your house. Like you look up.
That's a whole different story. Yeah.
Yeah.
One time I've experienced something like that where I was laying in bed reading a book. I was tired, and right past the door, I swore I saw Angie walk by, and I got up and I'm like, "Did you just walk by the door?" She was out in the kitchen. She's like, "No, I didn't walk. I've been out here the whole time." I swore it was a person walked past the door.
Or she's just fucking with you.
Maybe. She could have been.
Either way, it's creepy, right? It freaked you out.
But it was just out of the corner of my eye. You know, real quick.
You don't have time to focus and actually get a sense of what you actually saw.
Right.
Maybe
it's just what I thought.
That's why they do it that way. It's their plan.
Like, I'm not going to get in front of him. I'm going to sneak around and flank him so he doesn't really know what he's looking at.
And be real quick so that you don't have time to look over.
I think there's a lot of different explanations here. None that fit everything. I think you can explain away probably better than a majority of them, but not all of them.
Yeah,
Which
not
makes
all
it
of
interesting.
Yeah. There's something going on here. I would say, well, we'll get into it later, but I think there's something more going on with like the Hat Man phenomena.
And why is it always the stovepipe hat?
Yeah. I think there's something more specific going on there.
It's like the Babadook.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds you of. The fucking Babadook is terrifying.
This is a good movie.
Holy shit.
Well, and we'll get to some like the personal accounts we're going to get to at the end of this one. You get a kind of a different, I mean, they're all kind of similar, but they all have a few different experiences. So we'll cover them with that. Unfortunately, none of those people admitted to doing DMT beforehand.
They did not.
Yeah, that would have been a fun story.
We should do a DMT episode. That would be a fun story.
It'd just be completely uncensored episode.
Yeah, good chance someone doesn't come back.
That'd be wild.
My brain couldn't handle something like that.
Maybe that's not
dude.
for you. Never mind. It lasts like 10 minutes, right? It's real quick.
I'm not sure.
So we start an episode, we do some DMT, we have the experience, and then we're back to close the episode out.
Yeah. Be back right away. Then you can start the
It's just
show.
like us three staring at the wall. There's no audio. People are like, what are these fucking morons doing? So, all right, well, let's get into it.
Starting at the beginning with the modern day interpretation of shadow people, because this goes back in history. This isn't like a new phenomena.
Nor is it just this country either, right? It's
No.
kind of a worldwide thing.
Yeah, like ancient Hebrew, they called them shades, and they were more like ghosts, but it was the same concept, like this really black shadow figure. The Choctaw Indian tribe, they have a whole thing on shadow people. Theirs gets really specific though, but it gets into like where man has a shadow inside him and a shadow outside that follows, and there's like a lot of lore that goes along with theirs.
I think a lot of the paranormal stuff in this country derives from Native American lore, right? A good chunk of that stuff that we've talked about.
I think we've discussed that before, too. Just how it all kind of stems back in some way.
Like, that's not strange to them. Those, like, that's part of their historical stories and whatnot.
I cannot remember the name off the top of my head, but the Choctaw tribe, they have a specific name for shadow people, and they won't say that word out loud. It's like skinwalkers. They won't talk about them.
It's like Voldemort.
Yeah.
Can't be named.
Voldemort.
But the modern day popularity of shadow people was kicked off by Art Bell
Of course it was.
back in 2001.
He's the man.
On April 12th, 2001, Art was hosting Coast to Coast, and he had on a guest named Thunder Strikes, also known as Harley Swift Deer Reagan. A week prior to the show, Art had received an email from a listener detailing their experience with a shadow person, so Art dedicated a whole show to the subject. And through whatever means, he found and brought on this guy named Thunder Strikes to educate the masses on shadow people.
Thunder Strikes.
Yep.
Shadow people north of the Mason-Dixon line, you're on the air.
That would have been awesome. A shadow people open line. If you're a shadow person, give us a call.
I know you don't have a mouth, but...
Hi, Art, first time caller. Oh, you're not a shadow person? Hangs up on him.
It's a longer clip, but it's a really good Art Bell clip. It's like a classic.
I don't even remember now. It was at least a week and a half ago. I had a caller who said, Art, I see shadow people. You know, like I see dead people. I see shadow people. And that began a chain of events that's leading to the show that we're just now going to do. I think we all have experienced this. Well, maybe not all. As you know, I began the program Dreamland years and years and years ago. And I wrote the intro to Dreamland. You remember the intro to Dreamland? You remember things seen in the corner of your eye, peripheral vision? Well, I put that in there because it's one, to me, has always been one of life's great unexplained mysteries. There seem to be things that you will see moving in your peripheral vision every now and then. I mean, it's just like, what the hell was that? It moved. And you look, and there's nothing there. Well, that's why I put that into the intro of Dreamland. And now, we got the call, a week and a half ago, I said, something like that. And the person said, you know, Art, not only do I see them from the corner of my eye, but I'm beginning to see what I call shadow people clad in dark garb, with usually, with some kind of a cover over their head, a shroud or something. And I'm seeing them straight on, Art. Well, that began the avalanche. I got no less than 4,500 people bothered to sit down and email me long stories of what they've been seeing. Here's just a little sample. Art, I know you've received thousands of emails regarding the shadow people, but here's another one. I've seen what I could only describe as black outlines shaped like people at night, almost always in a semi-sleeping state. They've terrified me since I was 10 years old, and I'm 35 now. First time I saw them, I was 10 years of age. There were 4 of them in the room. I panicked, tried to run out of my bedroom, and kept flinging myself against my bedroom door, trying to push it open when it opened to the inside. This happened in the middle of the night, and my poor mother wanted to take me to a therapist when it repeatedly occurred. Once, after rearranging my bedroom furniture, I saw one and got up to run out of the room and ended up in my closet instead. Wrong door. Needless to say, this has been rather disconcerting to my mother, ex-husband, and current husband. Since I was a child of 10, my mother would come into the room because I was screaming in the middle of the night. She said my eyes were open, I appeared awake, but I was incoherent, terrified. First time I read Whitley Strieber's Transformation, I began to wonder if I was perhaps being visited by aliens. So, and it goes on and on. It's a long story. Or, Dear Art, I can't help but write this email to you. The subject has plagued me my entire life, and until I heard your program last week, I had no name for my, in quotes, difficulties. During my childhood, even from birth, my parents and friends noticed that I knew things or saw people that no one else saw. At nighttime, I remember sitting in bed and holding conversations with people inside my bedroom. They'd come to me, and sometimes while sitting on my bed, they'd talk to me. Now, as an adult, I would be skeptical of this story if I didn't actually have proof from my parents who heard the conversations. My mother particularly remembers seeing me sitting straight up in bed talking to someone and listening as a man answered me. These visits came constantly, and of course, there were the positive and friendly visitors and the ones that would cause me to scream and become a horrible insomniac for 6 months at a time. I remember these people so vividly, the good, the bad. I can still see them in front of me. And it goes on and about the encounter and on and on. And as these go on and on, 4,500 emails, folks. Here's another one from Susan. It was no surprise when I heard on the Art Bell Show about the shadow people. I haven't seen one face to face, but I've lately been seeing out of the corner of my eye that which quickly disappears and a very definite presence standing behind me, and when I turn around, there's nothing there. I mentioned it to a friend of mine who's from Cuba about Art Bell's program on the shadow people, and before I even had a chance to tell him about the program, he blurted out, I forgot to tell you, I saw one of them. He then went on to describe how he'd been sitting at the computer practicing sending digital photos to his brother, who's in the same area, Anaheim, when he felt someone in the room with him. He had just sent a photo and turned around to see a being in the shape of a human, although not very tall, covered all in black except for the eyes, which he said were red and round. He said it had what appeared to be 2 arms, 2 legs, and not very tall. When he disappeared, the computer at the same simultaneously malfunctioned, he adds. And I could just go on and on. You're getting the idea, right? Art, my name is Jonathan. 17 years old. I'm in Sarasota. I prefer not to give my last name. A few years ago, I started seeing shadow people. Didn't know what to make of it at first until they actually began to talk to me. When I told my parents, they sent me to a doctor to see if there was something wrong with me, Art. The doctor found nothing. Since then, the encounters have gotten worse. The beings tell me things I don't understand. Sometimes I can understand a few words and actions. They seem to have human emotion. And from what I've seen, they show anger, sadness, frustration, depression. When I first started seeing them, there was one that stood out from the rest. I notice the others don't talk to him as much, and I have no idea why. Most of them display average human size. Their speed is unreal. I've seen them race across my room so fast that I can't even see them. They don't walk. They glide like birds. They make no sound except voices. Art, I'm not crazy. I can't deal with it anymore. I can't talk to anyone about this without them thinking I'm crazy. Tonight on your show, please bring up the shadow people. Well, this was some time ago. Please read my email. Please give me some information on the subject so I can find a way to get rid of them. Thank you, Jonathan. So, there, a little sample for you. Okay, and I've got about 4,497 more I could read to you. I won't do that, of course.
I like how the guy in 2001 was practicing sending digital photos. He's like making his own training course in email. Now I'm going to attach this digital photo and push send.
Different times back then.
Yeah. All right, so a lot of different characterizations.
Yeah.
Like some that talk, which you don't normally hear. You got the red eyes, you got the gliding.
The red eyes seem to be a 50-50. The talking is very
You don't
rare.
really hear the talking.
Yeah.
All
A lot
right.
of people came out of the woodwork to share their stories with them.
4,500 to
Yeah.
be in.
It's a lot of responses on something.
And he had on that Harley Reagan guy, Thunder Strikes. So because this was like the first time all this kind of came out, in modern times, Thunder Strikes was considered like the go-to guy on,
Why?
on
What's
shadow
this
people.
guy's
He
self-proclaimed go-to guy?
Yeah, like I don't know how Art found him exactly, but like he was talking about a lot of Native American tie-ins,
All right.
and he was big into like the Christian aspect of it a bit.
So this one show kind of brought shadow people back into the forefront in the modern, I guess, paranormal world.
Yeah.
It wasn't really in the forefront until Art had this show.
It kind of let all these people know who maybe have been having these experiences and thought, oh, I'm crazy or something. Like, oh, there's a shit ton of people out there that have seen the same stuff.
Yeah. You will never walk alone. Is
that a Jesus song?
I don't know. It sounds like it. So there's other people out there with you. Brothers and sisters and shadow people. Fear not. You are not alone.
This Harley Reagan guy, I'll talk about him for a minute. He's been dead for a while, but his books are still for sale and his website's still active.
So was he actually Native American then?
No, he was
Just
not.
playing off of it?
Yeah, he
All
was.
right.
Like, if you Google this dude, it's just nothing but Native American tribes and stuff being furious with this guy for.
Thunder Strikes.
Yeah, like nothing about this guy is real.
What was Hogan's name in Rocky 3? Thunder Lips? That's what it reminded me of.
Thunder Lips was way cooler than this
He
guy.
was.
On top of Native Americans being super mad that he just like straight up lies and rips them off, he basically ran like a low budget cult that doubled as a militia. A lot of reviews of people online talking about how they were scammed out of a lot of money from this dude.
They were thunderstruck.
The paranormal world is filled with people like that. Art didn't do a very good job at vetting who he brought on and let sell their books and shit sometimes. There was a guy named David Roundtree that was also on Coast to Coast for a while. He was another one that lied about his Native American roots and stuff.
Did Art have someone that would like kind of do that for him, or did he just do that all himself?
Like researchers and background
or like just
checkers
one
and-
person that was like an intern that could like
That's a good question.
did all that and brought it to him, or was he just like, oh, shoot me an email and we'll talk and I'll have you on?
I feel like Ramona was helping back in the old days before
Yeah.
she died. I'm not
She
sure.
guy? Like
Late
before 01.
90s?
So before 2001.
I think so, or right around that time, maybe. I don't remember. But I don't think he had a crack staff at work.
No, I knew it wasn't a
second.
staff. I just didn't know if he had somebody like, because at one point didn't he like was screening calls and stuff at one point, and then I know he would do those special like no screening calls. So who was doing that screening?
I always thought Ramona was.
Yeah,
Yeah, what was his next wife's name? Can't remember.
I don't remember.
that's all right. This doesn't have to be the Art Bell show as much as I'd like it to be.
But Art had a bunch of good people on his show to detail stuff, and experiences. One guy that's done a ton of research on pretty much every aspect of the paranormal is David Weatherly. He wrote kind of the end-all be-all book on black-eyed kids with the help of Nick Redfern, who's another great researcher. So for tonight, I used a lot of research from David Weatherly's book, Strange Intruders, as well as his coast-to-coast appearances.
I still think Black Eyed Kids is one of the creepiest, fucking craziest stories we've ever talked about. Like, if that's real and those kids are out there going up to people's houses and just inhabiting the earth, walking around.
If it's real,
nuts.
it's terrifying. I don't know if I was quite on board with that one though.
Yeah, I don't-
believe in it. But yeah, that would be terrifying. Same with like the Men in Black type thing. Like very human-esque, but just a little bit off. That's really creepy.
My favorite stuff. It's so interesting.
And that's what David Weatherly, he makes the case that these things are all interlinked somehow. Black-eyed kids, Men in Black, shadow people.
It makes sense.
Somehow.
I'd love to talk to actual eyewitnesses that claim they've seen these black-eyed kids and the Men in Black, and 'cause they're out there.
Yeah,
They swear it's true.
to hear it from them.
Yeah, but I'd love to hear it right, just straight from them. Just poke them with questions. Boy, I want to see that shit, man.
Well, if you want it bad enough, it'll happen, right? Isn't that what happened to Betty Hill? She wanted it so bad.
Oh, look, the black-eyed kids are at my front door.
So shadow people are the perception of a shadowy figure in your peripheral vision, or sometimes people can see them head on. It seems like about 90% of people's experiences are seeing these beings within their peripheral vision, with the rest of people being able to look at them directly and sometimes interact with them to some degree, like that caller saying that he could hear them talking.
Yeah. I mean, seeing things in your periphery is one thing, but when you're looking at them head on and you can kind of discern what you're looking at,
That's a different ballgame.
it's a totally different ballgame.
Shadow people aren't like a normal shadow, so it isn't exactly like seeing a shadowy silhouette of someone. They're pitch black, like no depth, just blackness. Some people describe them as like you're looking into a black hole. Hardly ever are they reported to have any facial features, other than sometimes they might be wearing a wide brim hat.
Babadook style, baby.
Yep. Or a cloak type cape. How they move varies between accounts. They can move like a normal person, or it can be faster, like gliding, or more choppy, like a glitching, which that's super fucking creepy.
Oh, yeah.
It's also possible for multiple shadow people to be seen at the same time. Oftentimes people report that it seems like they aren't aware of each other, but there are some stories where multiple shadow people seem to recognize each other's existence.
It's like Inception shadow people. Shadow person inside a shadow person. Where does it go from there?
You're getting deep now.
Yeah. I mean, you could get into all kinds of stuff with this. Like it's interdimensional, or people astral projecting, and that's kind of your vision of them when they're traveling the astral plane. And you can go down so many roads with this, but
I think that's what makes this subject so interesting and so popular.
just to
with people.
suppose what's going on. Yeah. Like what if I'm seeing someone's shadow person, but what if the second shadow person is their shadow person, and it's kind of also coming through a little bit in our dimension?
It's fucked up.
You make yourself crazy, Sid. What if it's Leonardo DiCaprio trying to go into someone's shadow person as a shadow person?
I think he just wrote a new movie.
It's a paranormal phenomenon, but it's a real thing. I mean, it's not like the Black Monk of Pontefract where those gloves were dancing around, and you have to want to believe in that.
Did we disprove that with Aunt Maud?
Yeah, I mean, I don't
think
know.
we pretty much felt that one was not maybe so real, I think.
I don't know.
A lot of those blend together for me.
Aunt Maud deserved it, though.
Was she bad?
Yeah, she was annoying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fuck her then. Maud.
There are visual hallucinations that occur when someone is extremely tired or experiencing sleep paralysis.
I mean, I hallucinate when you're tired like that. You see things that aren't there. Have you ever driven when you're like, you've been up for 36 hours and
It's awful.
you absolutely start to hallucinate and see stuff that's not there?
Yeah. Yeah, you see like things moving on the side of the road and it's just nothing there.
Yeah.
Yeah. The blackness sometimes you start seeing things in the black.
Seeing shadow people is really common with dementia patients and people suffering from psychosis. We were talking about DMT earlier. Substances like DMT can bring them out, which brings it to that whole debate you were just talking about, Dave, on shadow people. They clearly act as an autonomous entity being a being which appears to be sentient. So they're actual living entities that are looking into our plane of existence, or they're a hallucination manifested from a really primal part of our brains. Something makes thousands of millions of people see shadow people.
Either way, they're real to you.
Yeah.
If your brain thinks they're real, then they're real.
The dementia patient one is interesting, and it's scary to think when you get old that that's a possibility to just see them all day long.
That is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. There was like a medical journal online about dementia patients and shadow people. I didn't understand any of it because it's way over my head.
I actually printed out a story. I'm wondering if it's the same thing.
Oh, really?
I was going to read it. It's a neurological study. They identified the region of the brain that makes us feel like we're being followed. You know, sometimes you get that feeling there's someone watching you, someone standing behind you. Mm. So this neurologist, Olaf Blanke of the Brain Mind Institute in Lausanne, Switzerland, and his colleagues, they were attempting to identify the source of epileptic seizures in a 23-year-old woman. They applied a mild current through surgically implanted electrodes to various regions of her brain. Not much happened until researchers stimulated the woman's left TPJ, which is the temporoparietal junction located roughly above the left ear. Suddenly, she reported feeling the presence of a mystery person behind her, a motionless and speechless shadow that imitated her body posture and actions. He lay beneath her when she lay down, sat behind her when she sat down, and attempted to take a test card from her when she tried to participate in a language exercise. So it says such delusions are similar to those seen in patients with schizophrenia. They often mistake their own body to be someone else's, for example, and attribute their own actions to others. So I don't know. This was like 15 years ago, this study. Oh, that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Just hit that electrode in that little piece of your brain.
That's wild.
It is. So if you have some sort of thing pressing on that, or a brain tumor or anything that could be affecting that, maybe it's making you
maybe that's what's wrong with everyone who thinks they're being gang stalked. It's got that going on.
Yeah.
That was an interesting phenomenon as well. That's more schizophrenia, right? That's complete schizophrenia, the gang stalking.
Yeah, that's like that's untreated mental illness mixed with the internet as like an echo chamber, I think.
I still see videos online or like on Instagram of like them going after like the male people.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you following me? And they're like, I'm just trying to do my fucking job, right? It's hard enough dealing with dogs and shitty people all day. Now I got to worry about you assholes coming after me.
What do you do? Like, you're the mailman. You're like, I just want to deliver the fucking mail.
Like, I got to drive this slow ass truck, stop every 20 feet.
Just fucking call the cops, right? And be like, this person won't leave me alone.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're going to be back at the same route the next day.
Right.
Like,
you can't escape it.
You're not getting away from them.
All right, sorry to inject. I thought that was an interesting thing they came up with that in that neurological study.
I wonder if that is the same thing because it was longer, and I'm like, I started reading. I'm like, I don't really get what I'm reading.
Yeah, that was a synopsis from some magazine. But just tapping a little piece of your brain can make you think that someone's in a room with you, and
it's creepy.
It sounds like shadow people. So
yeah, it seems like, at least the way I understand it, is that certain increases or decreases in our brain functions raise the chances of seeing shadow people or other entities. Like DMT can trigger entities being super tired. So some type of changes in our brain bring them out. DMT gets into a whole different realm than just shadow people. I mean, people talk about huge structures of shapes and colors, and those structures have life to them and communicate. I sent you guys a picture earlier of a jester. That's a really common one with people that have done DMT, like shadow people. Hundreds of thousands of people have all encountered this jester.
The same thing.
The same exact looking thing that interacts the same. So it's like, is your brain able to tap into something and that being is out there?
It would seem unusual that all these people would experience the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like a shared consciousness kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's a praying mantis looking being that people
no, thank
see.
you.
So it's like either
You don't like praying mantises?
Fuck no, man.
Really?
they're cool.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I never really thought about them.
A big 20-foot giant one while you're all fucked up.
Well, yeah, I don't want that one.
No.
Doesn't sound fun.
But it's either they're real beings that DMT lets our brain tap into that plane of existence to be able to see them and interact, or it's something primal in our brains.
You're hardwired to see that.
To see a praying mantis. And whatever just triggers that, within DMT.
So you think your mind's eye somehow has a view into another dimension?
Maybe. I mean, that's what a lot of people think. with DMT at least.
Because I think when you do DMT, you're supposed to have someone watching, like sitting in the room with you, right? Keeping an eye on you.
I'm not sure.
And I don't think that person is not going to see that thing.
No.
So it's definitely
Right.
inside of your brain.
Can you imagine if the person did see it? How fucking trippy that would be. See you later. Yeah. You might die, but you're on your own now. I can't sit here and make sure you're safe.
So get into some firsthand accounts that I found online that people were posting.
Has anyone claimed to be having sex with the shadow people?
No.
So you always hear that they fuck ghosts, they fuck aliens.
So shadow people
They don't have a penis,
have
right?
not tried touching a person, probing a person, fucking around with a person.
Probe free.
Well, that's nice of them. I think the one almost consistent thing that we see in almost all these stories we're about to read is that no one's really afraid of them. They feel calm when they see them,
Isn't that strange?
which is weird because that's what made me always think that I wasn't really having sleep paralysis and that it was a dream, is because while I was having it, I was telling myself, this is just sleep paralysis. You're fine. And I didn't panic. I didn't worry. I was like, just go back to sleep. You'll wake up and everything will be fine.
You're good, buddy. You're good, little buddy. Go back to sleep. You'll be all right. No worries
So-
here.
So it's my experience with that was similar. Again, I wasn't seeing anything though. I was, from what I remember, I was actually seeing my like room, my wherever I was, like aware of what was on the TV, aware of, like, I look at the clock, anything that I could see without being able to move my head. So I don't know. It's trippy, but it's, again, I keep telling myself it was probably a dream because I was so calm, but these people were calm. So who knows?
Another common theme is that they're just observing, that they're just kind of looking at us. That's what John Keel, he always said that these were window areas, or that there are window areas where things can slip through. And he pointed out that Mothman, the Men in Black, shadow people, they all seem to be curious. Mothman just did a whole bunch of looking in windows and looking at people, kind of observing. Men in Black had more, they were able to speak somewhat.
They were asking questions.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what's going on. They're just
there's
looking
a
for a
common-
glimpse.
Yeah, there's a common theme with the observing with all of these type of entities.
Didn't the one Men in Black guy fuck up the tape recorder or something at the party?
He couldn't figure out how to turn it on, but he just still acted like it was working. And everybody in those situations said that they were calm. That woman let Jack Brown right into her party, into her house, to walk around like a fucking creep with a radio that was turned off, or a recorder turned off, and everybody was just calm.
It is a stark difference from, the alien and the ghost stories where people are terrified.
Yeah.
There's none of that.
One of these stories we'll get to, and we'll just tease it now. It's multiple people saw the same one. It wasn't just one person seeing it.
It's a double eyewitness
That's
account.
crazy. Yeah.
That's
What
double
does that
super
mean?
secret confirmation. It has to have happened. But wouldn't that be interesting if it was just sort of a rip in the fabric of time or dimension? What if it's time travelers? What if it's
That's a theory that's been thrown out there, that we're seeing kind of some time traveling thing, maybe passing through our timeline.
What would you expect a time traveler to look like if you saw him? We expect them to be like, oh, hey there, I'm from 2742.
It's
Maybe
John
that's not
Teeter
how
calling in.
Yeah, probably not how it works, right?
No, it's probably something like that.
I mean,
Something unexplainable like this.
Interstellar, when he gets fucking stuck in the bookcase.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because he's,
That's just like this, kind of.
yeah, like he's within those timelines banging on that fucking bookshelf in his daughter's reality.
Right.
It's the same. Yeah. I mean, then maybe that's what shadow people are, or something like that.
That makes it a whole lot more interesting.
I really like to think that our brains are capable of tapping into another dimension just inside of our own brains. I feel like that could be very possible because we don't use our full brain. We don't know what it's capable of fully.
Then does that make your reality everyone else's reality, though?
Like a
How is,
collective
is that even a
consciousness.
shared reality? Yeah, like a collective thing.
I think there's something to the collective consciousness. There has to be with
Where everyone sees the same thing.
yeah, or it's or like I said before, a primal thing that's just evolved in our brains over all these years.
Either way, super cool.
Yeah, it's a really fun conversation.
The actual physical manifestation, I think, is a lot more interesting to me. I don't know if that's really happening.
Like
Not just in your
physically-
brain.
Yeah.
Like that entity's physically here and it's some sort of glimpse into another dimension or something. Like they're physically seeing that. Where if I had a video camera there, I would catch that as well.
Yeah.
It's not just in their mind happening.
Yeah, that we would see if you saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing.
Well, we have a couple stories here, some good ones, people's accounts of this. So
Let's jump into those suckers.
I saw him again the night before last. I think this was the strangest encounter I've had. I don't know if it's the same entity as what other people have seen. For me, he always wears a wide-brimmed fedora, not a stovepipe hat, and he never looks like a shadow. I can always make out his features and details on his clothes. I thought I woke up, but I suppose it was still a dream, really. My lamp had been turned on. I sleep with it off. And the hat man was right next to my bed. He was sitting or kneeling on the floor so that his face was level with mine. My room was well lit. He looked like he was physically there. I would have thought it was an actual person, except he looks like a wax statue with solid black eyes. He said something to me, and I clearly remember how his voice sounded, but it was completely gibberish. He usually speaks English. This was the first time he didn't. Every time he said it, I said, "What?" and he repeated it. I think he repeated it 3 times before I fell asleep, but I wasn't asleep for long until I was startled awake by the sound of my door being closed. I was awake for real then. Everything was normal. I'll be honest, I wasn't scared at all. Looking back, it definitely sounds scary to me, but at the time, I wasn't bothered. I don't know why. I was struggling to stay aware, and I was so focused on what he was saying that it didn't even occur to me that I could be scared. I think his purpose isn't to instill fear, because for me, he just doesn't. If a regular person had been in my room, I'd have been terrified.
Yeah, probably, right?
That's what's weird about it. Like nobody seems freaked out or scared by them when they're there. It's calming almost.
I find the hat so interesting because there's a ton of shadow people accounts that don't have hats. They're silhouettes, but there are so many with the same hat. What is it about that hat that people experience in sleep paralysis?
What do they relate? What does their brain relate that hat back to where they're seeing it with the hat? And sometimes it's the fedora and sometimes it's the Babadook stovetop hat.
Yeah.
Well, what about this guy saying he can make out
Stovepipe hat, sorry.
his features and the details on his clothes? That's a different one.
Yeah, this guy's getting the full treatment.
And his
It's
voice,
terrifying.
like he recognizes his voice.
The gibberish thing is terrifying to me.
That's creepy.
You can't understand what he's saying.
Yeah. And but he said typically he does understand and he speaks English. Maybe this time the shadow person was drunk and it was just like mumbling like
I'm a shadow like her.
he got liquored up before he was on duty that night.
I was supposed to be on call. So I was drinking. A shadow called me. I gotta go work.
You want the next one, Dave?
Sure. I was 18 or 19 when I had my experiences with the Hat Man. I was recovering from the flu and sleeping downstairs in the living room. See, like when I was younger and you had a fever and whatnot, I would hallucinate. Like you would see things in the room that aren't there. So I think, have you guys?
I don't
Not so
recall
much as an
that.
adult, but when you were a kid with high fever, I remember hallucinating. I can't remember specifically, but I remember you would see stuff that you're like, yeah, it's not really there.
I don't remember having anything like that. But
Or kind of the room distorts and it doesn't look real. It's hard to explain. I can't really exactly describe it, but something like that.
I think I can maybe the distorting. I don't know if it's distorting or maybe just like the room spinning, like when you get like real sick. Not like, I mean, obviously when you're drunk that happens, but like when you're really sick and like, you know, it just looks like you almost like want to fall over or tip over. But I don't know. I get like vertigo a lot too sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's not the same thing.
I woke up in the middle of the night and saw a shadow figure sitting across from me, just watching me. It was a solid black shadow with no distinguishable features. However, I could make out that they were wearing a top hat, coat, and their build was tall and broad. No distinguishable features except this. At first, my brain kept trying to put a face to the shadow. My brain would be like, oh, that's just insert stepdad's name. And then it would actually be, oh, no, that's just insert coworker's name. And it kept cycling through the different men I had in my life, trying to make sense of this presence. All of a sudden, my chest became tight and I was struggling to breathe. I kept wheezing and coughing and eventually fell asleep from the exhaustion of coughing and wheezing. When I woke up the next morning, I told my family, but we just put it down to being sick and the cough medicine. It wasn't until a few years later, when I was talking about it with friends, we Googled it and realized that there were people all over the world who shared similar experiences, which blows my mind. The thing is, I don't remember feeling afraid. If anything, the presence felt familiar. That's interesting. Familiar. Meaning it probably wasn't the first time. I probably visit him all the time. If it felt familiar.
You would think that, but what if that wasn't? What if this was her first actual experience and it just was a familiar presence that kind of like gave her?
What does that mean then?
Fuck if I know.
It's a weird thing.
Wonder if we're going to have a lot of listeners come out and say that they've had these experiences or sleep paralysis or anything like that. It'll be interesting to see.
I would guess so, yeah.
I mean, if it's as common as Art Bell made it seem with his responses, if that was a shoot, then I'm sure some of our listeners have had these experiences.
If Art got 4,500 emails, we should get at least 45.
I was going to say 12.
This was about 10 to 15 years ago. I was about 14 years old. I was sober and never heard of shadow people before. At the top of my street are dense woods and a single path to an open field where we would ride bicycles. I'm on a dirt bike and my older brother and his friend are walking my dog. They decide to go home, but I wanted to do another lap around the field. By the time I finish my first lap, they're out of sight. So I go do another lap. I notice this dark silhouette at the tree line and instantly get chills, and my hairs are standing on edge. It feels like minutes, but I probably only sat there staring for a few seconds. This thing is blacker than black, like a Vanta black. The shadows being cast by trees and bushes were not even close to this. I'm scared shitless because I know I'm looking at something paranormal. I thought about ditching the bike and booking it through the woods home because it was literally standing on the edge of the path leading out. I was in fight or flight mode and figured I couldn't fight a ghost, so I decided to ride as fast as I could. I did not look back. The scariest part was knowing that to get out of there, I had to go literally feet away from it. This thing was 7 to 9 feet tall, but I figured it couldn't grab me if I went fast. Never saw it again, but I never go in the woods alone. I never had sleep paralysis. It did not give off an evil vibe like it wanted to harm me, but it did not give off a good vibe either. It was just observing. I was scared because I never experienced the paranormal before, but now I wish I would see it so I can try to understand it.
Yeah, that observing thing.
The daytime ones are fucking terrifying too.
Yeah. And 7 to 9 feet tall. That's creepy.
Because what do you make of that? Like at night and out of the corner of your eye?
Could be a shadow.
Yeah. And your mind could be playing tricks, but the stories of seeing them in broad daylight, just standing in a field, a lot of just standing in fields. David Weatherly talks about that in his book.
I don't like that one bit.
It's creeping me out just sitting there.
And then you turn around, turn back, they're gone. It's like a little flash into maybe another dimension or something.
Yeah. And this one, it's crazy that it didn't just disappear. Like it was, at least from a distance, watching him.
He rode right by it.
He's looking at it, yeah.
Like he could have grabbed him. He was that close.
And then maybe that just goes to the observing thing. Maybe it's just something looking in on us.
And maybe they're whatever technology they have is supposed to make them invisible, but it almost makes them invisible. So maybe they think no one can see them or something like that. But invisible to them is not invisible to us. So they actually see like a blob of black where they think they're invisible.
Right.
Who knows? You come up with scenarios all day long sitting here. I want to see one now. Fuck, man.
I don't know if I want to see one of these. I don't know if well, maybe I would say more during the day and like at a distance like this kid did. That'd be all right.
That'd be wild,
in the
right?
house though,
during the day.
It would be crazy.
I feel like seeing it in your room at night in the dark seems scary. Seeing it out in the field during the day seems creepy.
But at night it would be scary, but you would probably also be able to convince yourself, oh, I'm seeing things. My eyes are just, like I got sleep in my eye, whatever. I'm not awake. During the day though, like that's, what are you going to blame that on?
Yeah, nothing.
I mean, that's what I blamed when I thought Angie walked past the door and she wasn't nowhere near there. That really looked like a person to me. And in my mind, I was just tired, I guess.
You were tired and you were reading. Your eyes were focused.
Right.
And
But in these stories,
Who knows? How long ago was this?
a couple years ago.
Right. I thought maybe it was last week, and that's why we're doing the shadow people.
I had an experience. From what I can remember, I saw multiple shadow people in my home at night growing up. I particularly remember being small enough to sleep in between my parents when I was scared, and I would see them all over the bedroom and walking up and down the hallway. I can only describe them as being a dark human figure with some kind of eyes and a hole for a mouth. None of this was peripheral vision, but rather they would often be face to face with me. In particular, I remember a dozen or so of them standing around the bed, leaning over me and my parents and observing us. I never felt ill or hurt seeing them, just scared. This happened any night that I slept in the dark. I haven't really heard of anyone else having so many of them in one place. I guess I always wondered if our house was some kind of portal because it was always busy with shadow people at night. I slept with the light on in my room because of them. Eventually, I was able to start sleeping with the lights out when I was about 12 or 13. I had grown out of it, I guess. I'm now 33 and haven't seen them since, but I think of them often. I also wonder if my 3-year-old is having the same issue because she has become very afraid of the dark. A dozen of them?
Standing around, the hole for a mouth. Holes is holes.
That's true. I mean, if I'd be like, well, if we're both awake.
My wiener's tingly. Yeah. You got that big shadow hole in the middle of your head.
What do you say? You want to give it a go? Go for a little romp in the hay?
Yeah, 1, 2, but a dozen of them?
And imagine how that would be creepy for the parents if the next day you woke up and like, yeah, I was laying between you and there was a dozen black shadows watching all of us. Like, you're not fucking sleeping in my room anymore. Take that shit to your bedroom, pal.
How do you not?
I'm not trying to have that.
In your crusty cum sock, you go back in your room. How do you not wake your parents up?
Yeah, because he did say he felt scared.
It sounds like sleep paralysis, maybe.
It does. What if you tell your parents and your dad checks in the morning and he had the video camera on and you just see him there? You see the family sleeping and 12 of these things standing around your bed.
That's like a paranormal activity
Holy
type shit.
shit.
Fuck, that would be...
You can't
I'd be
leave,
an
right? You gotta be gone.
You're moving, yeah. That day, you're out. We'll go step with the Motel 6 or something because they leave the light on for you.
That's right. You're going to need a light on for many, many days. One night, I could hear my cats meowing from downstairs. I thought maybe they didn't have any food. When I got to the garage, I could see the lights faintly flickering through the cat flap. I walked in and started to feed my cats. I was pouring some food as I saw a figure in the corner of my eye. I quickly turned and nothing was there. I walked out of the garage to go back to bed, and as I did, the light started flickering again. I thought it was weird, but in the end, thought nothing of it. It was about an hour later when I heard my dog barking at something again from the garage. I was really confused. First my cats, now my dog. As I walked in, I rubbed my eyes because I was tired. When I took my fingers off my eyes, there was a tall figure in the corner exactly where my dog was barking. The figure was about 6 foot tall, and he had a hat on. I closed my eyes and opened them again, and he was gone. I called my dad and went and stayed at his place for the night.
Animals know when something's up, right? Animals and kids.
Yeah. You see those pictures or videos of dogs just barking at the corner of the wall and like something's there and they see it and you don't.
I hate that shit.
It's creepy.
Did I send
Max
you guys
does that every once in a while.
Did I send you guys the one on Instagram? It's like a dog barking at like a basement. And the guy like goes and like it's like a couple steps and you have to turn a corner to go back down like the rest. And like as he turns the corner, it's like a dark basement. And you just hear this thing run up the steps like past him. It is terrifying. Terrifying.
That's giving me chills even thinking about that.
It's on one of the, it always, because like I clicked on it. So now like all the, like, these like creepy videos pop up in my feed. If I find it again, I'll send it to you guys because it was wild. Watch it in the daytime though. Don't watch it at night.
Yeah, because kids' brains haven't been, I guess, dumbed down by life.
So you think they can see things that we can't?
I mean, yeah, like it fades after a while.
I suppose that's possible. Maybe it doesn't fade for the dogs. They can always see into that dimension, that plane.
My cat will do that sometimes too, just like stare off. Like,
it is odd.
Clearly looking at something, but there's nothing there. Mm-hmm. And I just like push him. I'm like, get out of here. Quit being weird. You're creeping me out.
Stop it. Knock it off.
From early childhood, Shadow People and the Hat Man invaded the lives of myself and my cousins. We were born and raised on a Native American reservation back in the 1950s. At that time, society had not developed the terms used now, but Native Americans have long known about these malevolent creatures. In the case of my cousins and myself, they like to come as sunset shadows, lengthened into night. They came while we were wide awake and came while we were outside. Occasionally, they would invade our homes at night, but the adults were ready for those kinds of intrusions and knew how to encounter them. So mostly they tried to catch us kids when we were out and about at the wrong times.
That's scary.
Very scary. But I think it's like you said, that probably 90% of our stuff, comes from Native Americans.
Yeah, that kind of stuff doesn't seem odd to them. It's just part of their history, right?
All of it, like the idea of aliens with ancestors coming from the stars, things like that.
Yep.
Ancient aliens, everything.
I watched I was looking for videos of these shadow stories today, and one of them was on ancient aliens. I'm like, of course it was.
They ran out of alien things to talk about.
Out.
So they just like grab onto anything and tie it back.
Yep.
It's real out of hand now. They're in like season 16 or something, real dumb.
At some point, I don't know what you're going to do.
You can only talk about so much.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's got a shelf life. When I was young, maybe 8 or 9, I saw a shadow person. I was sleeping. I woke up, and in my closet, I saw a tall, dark figure. It was calming. I looked at the creature for what felt like an eternity. Then it stepped to the side and out of sight. Then pure terror went over me. I called for my dad, and he looked and saw nothing. 2 weeks later, my mom hears a sound, and it wakes her up in the middle of the night. She looks through a crack of her door, still in bed, and sees a tall black figure just there. Then it just disappeared in front of her eyes. When I was 13, I fell asleep in my basement. I was home alone. I wake up in another location, on the couch across from where I was. This is impossible. They're separated. I wake up and see the tall black creature in the closet. Again, I felt calmed, until it stepped aside again. I grabbed a knife and opened the closet as I stabbed inside to make sure there was nobody in there. Nobody was in the closet. Was this a case of sleep paralysis? I was unable to move from my bed during both of my experiences when seeing the creature, and I only got up when he stepped aside. The moving of the couch thing's interesting too.
Yeah. Mom saw it too. This last one I think is the creepiest one.
For sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Here we go. We lived in a fairly new double-wide mobile home that sits on a spot that has never had a house of any kind and is at least a half a mile from where any house has ever sat. So you would not think that it would be a likely location for a haunting. However, my wife and I have on occasion seen some rather strange things there, the most startling of which I relate here. One night after an uneventful day, my wife and I retired for the night. We sleep in a large waterbed. What year is this? Waterbed. Does anyone have waterbeds anymore?
No.
It's got to be what? Was that popular in what, like the 80s?
Yeah. They are not comfortable.
No, a family member of mine had one. It was fun as like a kid to jump on it.
Yeah, right.
But I can't imagine sleeping on it.
No, that wouldn't be comfortable at all.
No.
What if that shit popped?
It floods your whole house.
Yeah, like you're fucked.
There's got to be stories of that, right? Like them popping.
Sure, right?
Probably.
You're smoking a cigarette and you burn a hole in your waterbed and you wake up in a puddle of water.
No thanks.
Some time had passed and I was unable to sleep. My wife's breathing had become regular and reached a point at which I assumed that she was asleep. It must be also known that we leave a light on in the bathroom farthest from our bedroom because we normally have children in the house. However, that night, there was no one in the house except my wife and I, but the light was on as usual, casting a glow through our open bedroom door, which weakly lit it. It's very poor writing in this story, sir. While lying there unable to sleep, I became aware of a presence, and suddenly and silently a figure moved through our bedroom door and proceeded parallel to our bed. Then rounding the corner of our bed, took up a fixed position at the foot of our bed. I was aware that this entity was conscious of us and was intently watching us as we lay there. The entity can best be described as a something that had the appearance of black smoke or a shadow. However, it was more material than either of these, but less material than a real person. The most odd thing about this is my lack of fear. Although I was acutely aware of this being and the fact it was not of this earth as we perceive it, it did not seem to arouse any fear response in me. I would say it aroused a feeling that would fit somewhere between creepy, awed, and curiosity, especially considering the fact that it was aware of me as I was aware of it. After some time, I almost convinced myself that I was imagining it, but then I became aware of the fact that my wife was no longer breathing like she was asleep, but was breathing almost silently. I then said, "Honey, you awake?" To which she answered, "Yes." Then I said, "Do you see anything?" Expecting her reply to be, "What do you mean?" But much to my surprise, she said, "You mean the thing standing at the foot of the bed?" At this time, I did become somewhat nervous. We laid there for about 10 minutes, and then it was gone. It was just over a period of about 10 seconds became less solid, and our perception of its presence became weaker until it just wasn't there anymore. Then it was if it had never been there. Nothing like this has happened since, and the only evidence that ever existed is my wife and my memory of it.
That one's
It kind of just
really-
dissipated in front of him.
Can you imagine that? Do you see that? And she's like, yes. Oh,
And even 10 minutes before that, he just sat there staring at it. I don't know how you remain calm like that. Just
that's what's wild. Is
Laying
like
there.
these people feel calm.
that might be the oddest part of all of this.
In like his story, you could say, all right, that sounds like sleep paralysis, that you don't really you don't realize you're in sleep paralysis. But if his wife kind of makes that not possible.
Yeah.
Unless could they both have been having sleep paralysis too?
I don't know how that. I don't know if that works like that. I don't know.
Shared sleep paralysis.
What if the being was giving them the sleep paralysis and it being
Like
there
a tractor beam.
was making them have it? Almost like the guy before in the story where he had sleep paralysis until that thing moved and then it like allowed him to move again. I don't know. I'm just talking at this point, but
That's all you can do.
Shadow people tie right back in with alien abductions, because on our Patreon episode on sleep paralysis, we talked about how that's the blame for a lot of alien abductions. And people talk about all these shadow people standing over top of them. They perceive them as aliens, but that they're dark shadows just standing over top of them. Same exact thing going on here.
Except that these never seem nefarious and they're not probing you or anything like the alien abductions. Why do the alien abduction things always seem so violent?
Aliens have a whole, they have their agenda going on.
the shadow people are just observing, right? That's their agenda, it seems like.
Maybe they're like advanced scouts and they scout out
There you go.
potential probies.
I wonder if there's a connection there with probies and seeing shadow people.
Yeah. Do any of these people, were they selected to become future probies that the aliens picked up and did some deep anal on?
Maybe the people who are telling these stories weren't deemed proby worthy. So then once you get probed, they kind of like wash your memory of like the shadow people.
Oh,
These people
see where you're going there.
have the memory because they weren't then abducted.
interesting. So people that were probed they don't even know shadow people because they got scrubbed. All they remember is
and
the
I think
probing.
we've talked about in a lot of the abduction stories about how there's probably a lot more people that may have been abducted. They just don't remember it.
Yeah.
And just the few that maybe whatever stuff they put in them to make them not remember didn't take for some of those people. So I don't know.
Yeah, like
It's
those
kinda just
people are-
spinning off of that.
Yeah, those people are sort of similar to people that wake up during surgery where the anesthesia didn't work, just those handful of people.
Yeah.
So you don't ever hear about all the other people because they had successful probes. They just don't remember it.
Yeah. So maybe
Everyone's been probed. Maybe you've been probed. Maybe I've been probed. Maybe we've all been probed.
It's like Oprah handing out probes.
You're getting a probe. You're getting a probe. Not a Ford probe, motherfucker. An ass probe.
I'd almost rather have an ass probe, I think, than a Ford probe.
You remember those Ford probes?
Yeah. No thanks. So I don't know. It's a very weird thing because it's something we've all experienced that to some degree, like thinking you see someone out of the corner of your eye.
Right.
So we can all kind of relate to it. But then hearing these stories about, it going that extreme, a dozen of them looking over you as you sleep, you and your wife both seeing this thing, that is just nuts.
And these are the best kind of paranormal subjects because there's something going on.
For sure.
Yeah.
Definitely something going on. Too many people are reporting this.
So is it primal or is it actually an entity existing somehow?
Maybe a little bit of both.
I think it's like a lot of other things we talk about where you can explain away 95% of the occurrences, but it's the other 5% that are really make it interesting that probably can't be explained and easily.
Give you just enough reason to be like, there's something to this.
Yeah.
Like you can't just laugh this one off.
Like I think some people are sick. Some people have night terrors. Some people have sleep paralysis. Some people have some
people do
sort
DMT.
of mental illness. Some people do drugs. I think it's probably a lot of it, but it's not all of it. Can't explain all of it.
But why is it always a dark shadow with some form of a hat? That's the most
weird.
That's the most interesting thing to me is why is it always the same entity for the most part?
Why are they always grays?
Yeah.
Because maybe that's what they are.
Yeah.
Or does the collective consciousness now just associate that sort of activity with a gray? So
Right. Like
it's the same thing for shadow people.
Yeah, like shadow people, you say it's sleep paralysis, it's being sick, but you're still experiencing it. So why are you experiencing that? Why are those two people both experiencing a dark figure with a hat on?
Because the people, I mean, without control groups and studies and whatnot, but there are people that see this, people that are interested in paranormal and have read stories about shadow people, and
that's some
what
of it.
their brain creates that image. So of course that's what they're going to see.
I think
in
that's
these
part of
scenarios.
it. Yeah.
I think some of it can be explained away.
Yeah.
Is that? But I think there's generally a lot of people that have read this and like, oh shit, that's happened to me.
Yeah.
So with those type of people, I don't know how you explain that.
I don't know.
Like two different causes, two different things result in the same hallucination.
What if like those times I had sleep paralysis, I was really having it and there was a shadow person there and like I just didn't see him and he's like in the corner like, this motherfucker doesn't even see me. And I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? I can't move. You got to get in my line of sight, pal.
He inches forward. Yeah. All right, and now I'm in his periphery yet. Not allowed to go in front of him.
Yeah, wouldn't that be funny?
Hey, like, asshole, over here, asshole. It's me, shadow guy, over here. You're not even really paralyzed. Turn your fucking head.
Like I had this whole experience I could have had, and I botched it. I did.
He's checking his shadow watch. He gives up like 3 hours later.
Fuck it, I'm going
Fuck
home.
this guy. You missed your chance.
And that's it. And I just go to bed. It hasn't happened in a few years. Now I feel like if we're talking about it, I might spark
Is
something.
that the trigger?
I hope not.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't.
I don't think I would like that at
The
all.
last time I had it, it happened multiple times in one night.
That hasn't happened in a while.
And I think it's been well before we even did that show, the episode on it. I think it was before we even started the podcast, probably the last time it happened to me. But it was like 3 or 4 times in one night. And by like the third or fourth, I was like, all right, I want to go to sleep. Like, go to bed, just close your eyes, relax, fall asleep, and you'll be fine. And then it was, but it gets a little annoying.
It's nice that you can direct yourself like that. Say, enough.
That's what
Go to sleep, asshole.
That's what makes me think maybe it's not real, but I don't know. It's really weird. Like, I don't know if I'm dreaming or not. I would be very interested if someone was watching me while I was having it. like, am I just asleep and I'm dreaming? Or like, am I laying there with my eyes open and I'm not able to move?
Yeah.
Am I twitching? Can they tell that I'm trying
You
to
set
move?
up a security cam tonight.
If it happened more often, maybe, but otherwise, I don't think I could sleep knowing there's a camera on me. That's really creepy.
You're like looking up at the camera,
Yeah.
making googly eyes. Hey.
like little kids when they know they have a baby monitor. Right. It's like all fucking creepy. Getting right into that. I could not do that because what if like you saw something when you were sleeping that you didn't want to see? Like
You roll it back the next
like
day.
paranormal activity, like the sheet lifts up or something. I'm like, no, I would never sleep again. No, thank you.
You could never sleep in your house again.
That's
How
like
could you?
No, I don't. I would not want to watch a video of me sleeping.
That's like the videos, a couple of videos online where people have seen something in their baby monitor, like a figure walk past it.
Yeah, that shit's wild.
Probably not real, but it's still fucking creepy.
I'm getting creeped out just sitting here, man.
Yeah. Even like all those outdoor, like, you know, you have like the doorbell cameras now and stuff.
Yeah.
That shit's creepy.
I don't know, man.
I don't have a
John
good
Keel
answer
says
here.
they're all around us. They're just, we can't see it. It's just, we can't comprehend it. It's like we talked about it on the interdimensional show, or we talked about it on Betty and Dreesen, because we talked about different dimensions.
Okay.
Like a cube is a tesseract, and we can, or in the fourth dimension, it's a tesseract, and you can see it, like we can draw what it would look like, but it's not, you're still seeing it in 2D. Like we can't comprehend fully what a 4D cube could look like.
Because our brain doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Your eyes don't work like
Right.
that.
So somehow maybe we're able to tap into that.
Some people.
Some people.
So you think they're all around us? Is it like the Sixth Sense, where there's people that can see it, see the dead people all around them, where like if someone happened to die there? I think it's kind of like that.
Maybe. It's also, it's like the string too, right? There, if you put an ant on a string and you watch him walk across, he's there. You see him walking across. But if you turn that string this way, you know, head on, eventually you can't see him anymore walking down that string. But he's still there in reality. You just can't see him anymore.
It's out of our line of sight.
Well, 'cause it's a flat Earth. So,
Anything you can't explain, just go, oh, it's because the Earth's flat.
yeah.
Duh.
If the Earth was round, you'd be able to see them.
Yeah.
Just makes total sense.
Then it would be refracted over the arc of the.
The curvature.
So, all right. Anything else on this one?
It's
Final
creepy.
thoughts?
It's interesting.
That was very creepy.
It's just fun
and
stuff to think about. I want to see Black Eyed Kids, but I don't. This kind of creeps me out.
You want the black eyed kids, you don't want the shadow
I
people.
don't know, man. I kind of still do want to see it though. I don't want to be paralyzed. The thought of not being able to move
Yeah, I don't love that.
terrifies me.
But it sounds like you don't, a lot of these people weren't paralyzed. At least they didn't say they were.
Yeah. You notice none of them jump up and run out of the room or anything.
Because most of them said they were calm.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me feel like it's a lot of it is sleep paralysis, that people don't realize they're having the sleep
They
paralysis.
couldn't move if they wanted to.
Right.
Yeah. That could be.
I think that explains a lot of it. The thing that I find the most interesting is, why is it all the same type of entity for people with sleep paralysis, people that are sick,
Right.
all that. And you can debate that forever, different ideas of why that is that.
We're here all day.
But I choose to believe John Keel. So
I'll be interested to hear what if listeners have had experiences like this.
And what they think this is.
for sure.
Because I'm sure a portion of them have at least had seen something like this. Good stuff.
I don't know about
Really
those
cool stuff.
Black Eyed Kids. I was listening to David Weatherly on one of Art Bell's things. He was talking about Black Eyed Kids, and the way he was describing it was so creepy. He was like, yeah, and they knock on your door and they say, we want to come in, and you don't want to let these kids in. They say, but we want to come in.
Can you
He's like,
imagine?
come on in. Been waiting for you. It took you so
man.
damn long.
Can you imagine how fucking weird that would be?
I just shut the door. Nope.
Remember? And then they started banging on the windows and stuff.
Dude.
That's the only outline that's ever creeped me out. I was writing that. I was sitting alone in a room writing that one, and I'm like, this is creeping me the fuck out.
Yep.
Yeah, because then you just start waiting for something to start banging on your windows.
Yeah, like I was for real thinking, like, what if something knocked on the door right now and I walked out there and it was a kid with black eyes and they're like, I want to come in. No, you're not.
Nope. Gotta fucking just open
Kind
the
of
door,
busy right now.
kick them,
300 kick them.
300 kick right into your fucking front lawn.
I think I would let him in.
Then part of you is like, you know, we know the story, but anybody else, you know, it's a kid asking for like help or to come in.
Yeah.
Naturally, you're going to be like, okay, what do
Yeah.
you need? Like, can I help you? What's wrong?
It's just that they have black eyes and no soul.
Gonna learn today.
They're not really human.
This is fun stuff. I love this kind of stuff.
Yeah, this is a nice change of pace to talk about stuff like this. I feel like sometimes we get into this on Patreon more, because this is good to put on a Sunday show.
I'd love to think it was just some view, like you said, into whether it's time travelers or interdimensional visitors or just a kind of a glitch in how these things are all connected.
Yeah.
Just a brief window into something else. Who knows? Maybe they see us as shadow people from their side. Maybe it's
that's
just the
why
reverse.
maybe that's why they're observing.
Yeah.
Maybe they can focus on us a little better.
That would be interesting.
But that's always and John Keel, like I said earlier, he points it out with Mothman, but even with Flatwoods Monster, that thing was just observing. All accounts, it was just looking.
Didn't hurt anybody.
No, I was looking into that one, the car window of that one couple, just kind of checking it out, just seeing what was going on. Maybe there's something to that. I don't know.
Maybe there is. I sure hope we find out one day.
All right, I think we got Dave. You got a bunch of Patreon to read. Patreon new patrons with being off last week.
Well, first up, I have a make good from a long time ago, Mike.
Okay.
So shout out to patron Kylie Atwood. Apparently, Mike, you called her Kyle
Okay.
a long time ago.
All right.
I saw this posted somewhere, and I thought it would do a make good.
Like just
for her.
recently posted, or were you like going back? Like this
It was
an
in one of the
old
message
thing?
boards somewhere. I just happened to see it when I was seeing what was going on.
Got message boards out there with us.
You know, the groups, the comments, the posts, somewhere.
I see.
I forget where it was. I wrote it down. And I go, well, that's not very nice, Kylie. Mike called you Kyle. All right. Thank you, new patrons. Must love it to pay for it. You're talking about hookers or Patreon?
Could be all the above.
Rochelle Chase flowered clips. Hope I did that right.
All right.
Garrett Pons, Sydney Schreiber, Jacob Bright, Corn Dog, Zach Dion, Tracy Turnstall, Tanielle Kerr, Elijah Gomez, Adam Pagano, JD Keener, Barry Mapole, Neva,
I get it.
Neva Tilley, Stone Cold Dong Austin, Kate Wolf, Alice Thompson, Laura Butt, Cassandra Beats, Saf 89, Mel Wandering, King Jimmy 208, Brandon Shimmer, Schmirin, Tessa Graham, Just For Me, Italian Sweet Pea, Jill Maple, Chris Basham, Chloe, Tanita K, Carmen, Green Bastard Parts Unknown, Ronnie Cook, Nate the Asshat, Charlene Bushbacher, Tantrum, Jesse Green, Raylene Knight, Steelers Cuck the Browns. You wish, pal.
Yeah, take a sip of whiskey after that one.
Actually, the Steelers cuck the Browns every year, usually twice a year. So you are correct, sir.
Typically, that is true.
We're under no illusions here in Cleveland. Ilya Hensel, Spartan 117, Charlie Tennant, Callum Brune, Ain Agnew, Amanda Anthony, Bob on my knob like that crack whore Betty Hill,
Damn.
Jesse Riggle, Hen Diggity Dog from Australia. Ian may sound like a potato, but Mike sounds like a 40-year-old sassy Ohio lady that loves her wine. It's a whole story there, buddy.
All right.
Jeremy Hill, Eric Jackson, Hyde, Caden Smith, Dana Tyson, Chris Lang, Dylan, Alwyn Ashworth, the Polo 208, Bizballs, Jen, Alex Ham, Valerie Sarwark, Connor Miller, Marinara Stew, Levi Brown, Corey Brown, Travis Ricketts, Los Mahia, Big Large Goose Man laying eggs all over the floor in your apartment's lobby, probably just for fun, but maybe for revenge.
Jesus.
Goose J. Seelan, Harry Bolzania, Franz Sturm, Nicole Fayard, Ryan Huff, Tatiana, Misty Dolovich, Mark Taddy, Shay Steenson, Mike's Big Clit, Exotic Booty Snatcher, Loose Cunt,
How's that spelled?
Lou, and then Skunt, Skunt. My Wi-Fi name is Nickelback Did Nothing Wrong. Hannah, Mike Oxmells, Samantha Cryer, Brooke Shook, Carol Denis, Trey G, Gabor VZ, Jade, Melissa Hagler, Sarah Wheeler, Amy Block, Jessica, Dave Lelig, Scott Phillips, Stephanie Adaran, Mr. Tits Pervert, Kelsey Ray, Akits, Christine C, Bigfoot with hockey hair, Hey, Would You Give Me a Front Rubbin', Andrea Jones, James Peters, Fragments of Juvia, Jess, Greg's November 12th playlist, You Mama, and John Krasinski. Thank you all
The actor?
very much. No, not the actor.
That sucks.
Quite a different spelling.
Well, maybe he changes the spelling for on screen.
Oh, that could be. That's his real legal name.
Like John Voight in Seinfeld. Ian, what do you got?
For iTunes, I have one for Dick Farts for Jesus.
That's a thing.
Mom 5132. She says that we mentioned the movie The Lighthouse and that she rented it for $3.99 based on our recommendation.
Oh,
And
nice.
It's the worst $3.99 she's ever seen.
Oh, come
didn't
on.
like
It
it.
wasn't that bad.
I don't remember discussing that.
You've seen that movie, right?
I don't even think I've ever heard of it. And apparently we discussed it.
Robert Pattinson and William Dafoe.
I have not seen it.
It's different. It was shot in black and white. Mm-hmm. It was wild.
And it's like that small, I can't remember what that's called. Like that real small square.
Oh, the formatting of the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's really small on the screen. It's not the full
right.
screen. Yeah.
It's a horror film?
It's a drama.
It's something.
It's a weird one.
And I don't remember us discussing this, but apparently you owe this lady $4.
Well, spoiler alert, we're going to be talking about it at the end of the month too, because it's based off of something we're going to be talking about.
Yeah. The real story.
All right.
That was the second movie of... who? The guy that made The Witch. Right?
That sounds right.
Robert... I can't remember his name. But I believe that was his second movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah,
I mean, I
it was
really
fun.
liked it.
It was cool.
Sorry, Mom, 5132.
You're wrong. Someone else tweeted us about how wrong I was about Hereditary the other day. I'm like, just stop. You're being absurd. You might not like Hereditary, but as a horror fan, you need to acknowledge that it was a cool fucking movie.
Did we discuss Hereditary on the Patreon show that we released on Sunday? Because that's a really random message to have gotten.
Oh, I don't know.
We haven't. When was the last time we discussed Hereditary?
That's a good question. Maybe
Maybe we discussed it on the what show was it that we
that Matthew Hoffman.
Maybe we discussed it on.
we
that.
could have. Yeah,
So that's a really random message to
that's
get.
true. Maybe Friday 13th 8 Jason Takes Manhattan is more up your alley, sir. Something you'll be able to understand.
Is that a real
Go watch that.
Is that a real movie? Yeah. Jason Takes
He
Manhattan.
punches a guy's head off.
Well, that sounds awesome.
Friday the 13th movies are so ridiculous.
I feel like
Yes,
this,
I know. We watched one for our movie show.
Yeah.
Good Lord, it was bad.
but I feel like there's some horror movie fans that watched a couple, Halloweens and Friday the 13th, and then if that's not the movie, like, oh, this sucks. This is a stupid horror movie. You guys suck. You have no taste. Like, all right, I don't like everything either, but I recognize good filmmaking, and just because it's not always my cup of tea,
Yeah.
I don't call it a bad horror movie.
Remember that one time you told me Halloween 3 was good, and then we rewatched it,
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
and it was no good. It's so bad.
A lot of real horror fans love that movie, and I'll be honest, I thought it was good when from back in the old days, but when we rewatched it, I was like, this isn't as good as I remember.
Do you think they like it because it's like cool to like that one and like not the other ones? Like, oh,
It's
we're gonna
very
be
cool to like Halloween 3 now.
We're gonna
in the
be
horror
like all
community,
like the
yeah.
hipsters, and we're gonna like Halloween 3, and like it.
There's some of that.
I think I've only seen it twice, and both times like it's just unwatchable. It's so bad.
It wasn't as good as I remember.
Even if it wasn't a Halloween, just its own thing, it's a terrible movie. Anyways,
It's not good. But if you come to me and tell me Hereditary's terrible and a stupid movie, like, I'm not taking you seriously as a horror fan.
No, I
you might
reject
not
that.
like it, but it's fucking cool.
It's a good movie. It's the best horror
Super
movie.
fun.
It's in the top 5.
Absolutely.
Dragongeist 13, Afton's Mom, greatest podcast ever.
Fucking A.
Asking Alexandria is perfect.
wow.
Perfect. That's a bold statement.
Yeah. KNP Mendoza has had a whole bunch of letters. Alyssa appreciates you, and JK4578. Thank you guys for the awesome reviews.
Dave, anything else over there?
Yeah, I got a couple military shout outs. Jacob Fisher, active duty Coast Guard, and Eric Meyer, active duty Air Force. So thank you both for your service. Appreciate you listening. And I have a couple international shout outs. Maddie Belatti in Great Britain and Matabui in Canada. Very similar names there tonight
Yeah.
for the two international shout outs. So
Wonder if they're related.
thank you so much. They might be.
Never know. You guys got anything else?
I don't think we do. I might have some weird nightmares tonight, I'm thinking.
We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we'll have to rendezvous and figure out who had what dreams and who saw what.
This is all floating around in the back of my head. It has been all day.
All right. Well, we are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Necronomipod, patreon.com. Search Necronomipod to find all of our bonus content. 3 episodes a month bonus at the $5 level. You get a special 4th bonus episode a month if you're at the $10 level. We have merch on, Spring and Amazon. Check that out. Spring ships worldwide. And our website, necronomipod.com, and we have a link tree posted on all of our socials to find all of our stuff. So check us out. Thanks.
All right, you guys ready for a cool down beer?
Cheers.